The EU Civil Protection Mechanism has sent hundreds of rescuers to find more than 68,000 people still missing following devastating earthquakes in Venezuela. Iran launched fresh strikes on Bahrain and Kuwait in retaliation for strikes launched by the US. France has recorded around 1,000 more deaths than expected since Wednesday as a record-breaking heatwave struck much of Western Europe for days. Iran launched fresh strikes on Bahrain and Kuwait early on Sunday in retaliation for strikes launched by the US on the Islamic Republic, further straining negotiations to end the war. US Central Command said it struck Iranian military targets following an attack on a ship in the Strait of Hormuz on Saturday. Iran's Revolutionary Guard said on Sunday they were taking measures to control traffic in the vital strait and that violating vessels would be dealt with more firmly than before. It comes after a multinational maritime body overseen by the U.S. Navy said Saturday that it would expand a route near Oman in the Strait of Hormuz to allow for inbound and outbound traffic. Sunday strikes follow a similar back and forth that occurred just days prior when an Iranian drone struck a merchant vessel off the coast of Oman on Thursday, and the U.S. military retaliated with strikes. The exchanges underscore the fragility of a Pakistan-brokered peace process that led to a memorandum of understanding between the United States and Iran reached in mid-June. Several Iraqi political officials were arrested early on Sunday on corruption charges, Iraq's state-run Iraqi news agency reported. The arrests were reportedly based on a statement made by the former deputy minister of oil who was arrested last month. Iraqi security forces carried out raids inside the heavily fortified Green Zone compound that houses key government institutions and foreign embassies. The arrests are likely to have ripple effects across Iraq's fractured political landscape, where accusations of corruption frequently intersect with rivalries over power and influence. The EU Civil Protection Mechanism has sent 700 rescuers and experts from 12 countries to find more than 68,000 people still missing following devastating earthquakes in Venezuela. Experts say the first 72 hours after natural disasters are the key narrow window for finding the living. After that, the search becomes one of recovering bodies. At the end of Saturday, authorities reported that the death toll had reached 1,430, with more than 3,200 people injured. In total, 24 countries from around the world have sent 521 tons of supplies, 86 units with dogs trained to locate people trapped beneath the rubble, and more than 2,700 search and rescue personnel, according to Venezuela's acting president, Delcy Rodriguez. EU Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas said she had held a call with Rodriguez to convey European solidarity and the mobilization of €5 million in emergency assistance. In addition, Pope Leo XIV prayed on Sunday for the hundreds of Venezuelans who died in the quakes and reiterated support for the victims' relatives. France has recorded around 1,000 more deaths than expected since Wednesday as a record-breaking heatwave struck much of Western Europe for days. The agency said areas under red alert for heat had been particularly badly affected, and 85% of the deaths had been those aged 65 and over. Parts of France have topped 40 degrees this week, piling pressure on hospitals and first responders amid a surge in emergency call-outs. Temperatures soared to record highs across Europe this week. According to the latest forecasts, they remained particularly intense on Sunday in Germany, the Czech Republic, Hungary, and Poland, while they slowly began to ease across the Netherlands, Belgium, and France. Germany experienced its highest temperature on record of 41.5 degrees on Saturday afternoon, while Danish authorities said temperatures had reached 37 degrees, the highest since records began in 1874. Scientists have shown that recurring heat waves are a clear marker of global warming driven by humans burning fossil fuels, and warn they are set to become more frequent, longer, and more intense.